Alright, and today we have about a 24-inch crack, and to start off we're going to drill right in front of the tip. It's hard to see where it is exactly with the shade, but you're going to drill about 2/16 of an inch in front of it. You want it, when you're drilling, you don't want to go too deep. You don't want to go past the plastic. If you go to the plastic, you've gone too far. Alright, so you can see it's kind of right in front of it. Now we're going to use our tapper and make a tiny little bullseye there, and that's going to keep that from spreading. So you can see that just tap open right there. So here's where the crack goes, and it's going to go all the way down to the bottom. It's going to go past my finger down to the black, which we won't be able to see, but we'll be able to see most of this. Now we've already preloaded the tool with resin for both barrels, so it's good to go. And right now we're just getting them greased up. You need to make sure you have quite a bit of grease on here, because you will need to slide the tool all the way across the crack. So sometimes you might need to actually lubricate it twice in order to make sure it's not going to stick on you. So right now he's just working the grease on there to make sure it's going to slide nice and easy, because if it starts to stick on you while you're trying to repair it, then it can cause complications with the crack and you might not get as good as of a repair. So we're just about ready to get started actually with the repair. He's going to be grabbing his extension arm so he can actually be able to reach the crack the whole way. The nice thing about this is you actually, it threads in right on the top. You just use 2 suction cups to screw it on there onto the bridge. So it makes it nice and easy. If you need to take it on and off, it's quite quick. Alright, and so when we're going to be starting, you got to start on the tip, and then you're going to work your way down. Now the tip's going to be very tight, and it's so tight that you usually have to actually expand it in order to allow the resin to flow into the crack. And as it gets down towards the end, it gets gappier, quite a bit gappy, to where you can actually stick in a razor blade and feel that it catches on it. And seeing as it is quite sunny today, we're going to be using our sunshade, because if there is any complications, you want to block the sun from curing it right away. That way you've got some extra time to go back and fix anything if something happens. And this one actually jumped on us after we tapped it. It is possible, but not very likely. Alright, and right in front of my finger you can kind of see that new little pocket. So alright, so you're going to start by putting your first barrel on, and then you're going to work it down with the second barrel following it, and you're going to keep those right on top of each other going down the crack. And the nice thing about this tool is it mixes the resins at the same time to change the viscosity as the crack gets bigger.
Maybe getting my head in here without being in your way could be interesting.
And right now we're actually expanding the tip because it's so tight that it's not letting the resin flow in very easily. So you got to keep even pressure all the way through in order to make sure that you get a nice, good repair out of it.
Should start going on its own now.
You can see it's starting to flow actually ahead of where the tool's at, which is a good sign. So now we won't have to expand the crack anymore, which is nice. It makes it easier. Alright, and as you can see, it's kind of following it, staying a little bit ahead. Alright, now we're going to move the sunshade because it's going to start curing it, which is good. We're just going to follow this all the way down to the end. Again, they're tight at the tip and gapier at the end. So once it gets towards the end, you actually don't have to keep any pressure on it in order to let the resin flow in. It'll do that for you on its own because it's gappy enough, and you could see it started to jump ahead, the resin filling in, which is a good sign that it's taking it quite easily. Alright, and then he's just going to be finishing up down there on the bottom in the black part that we can't see because the dash is covering it up. Now when you remove the crack tool, you want to make sure that you're not just popping it off and disturbing the windshield. You don't want to disturb the car by shutting doors or jumping in and out of a car. You want to make sure that once you're in, you stay in. If you're like me videotaping, or if you're repairing it, that you're not actually bumping into the car too much to disturb the glass. As you could see, when he took that off, he used a screwdriver, just pried up underneath the suction cups to release it easily, not putting any tension or pressure on it. That way it wouldn't disturb the crack, so we get a good repair. Again, we'll follow this. Start it up here, comes all the way down, then goes down to there. And again, with that double barrel design, it changes the viscosity of the resin as it goes down in there, matching to what the crack actually needs. So you can do the 24-inch cracks, you can do the 30-inch cracks that other systems can't do. Alright, and so now he's starting to scrape it off. You can hear it actually come off, which means it's cured on there. Right now he's just removing the excess grease as well. You are going to see a little bit of a hairline, but for the most part it goes away. Again, it's not ever going to be perfectly clear. It's not going to be like a brand new windshield. It never can and it never will. This one turned out great. I mean, it's just a tiny little hairline that you can see going down. So once we get this all cleaned up, I'll actually remove the camera from being so close up, and I'll show you from the driver's perspective, because we are zoomed in quite a bit right now. Alright, so that's the majority of it. Now this is sitting back from the driver's seat, because there's the dash. Again, not very easy to see, so very good clean repair. Now just for the tip, we're going to actually put some pit filler on those two spots that we drilled to make sure there's no missing glass. This will make it nice and smooth so you don't tear up wiper blades as well. But as far as the crack, that's all done and repaired. Then you're just going to actually just remove the excess on top, and that's good to go. spray it one more time, get it nice and clean.
For more information, go to windshieldrepairkits.net. Thank you.